Hi friends! I have mentioned the Rooted Medicine Circle already in a couple of my videos, and I'm going to be mentioning it a lot going forward because it was transformational in my understanding of herbalism. So the Rooted Medicine Circle is a 10-month program that is facilitated by Rosalie Delaforet and Emily Hahn. They are the writers of Wild Remedies, and of course they've written a number of books themselves as well. So they are already well-known herbalists. If you're not familiar with them, I recommend that you look up either their names, Rosalie Delaforet or Emily Hahn, or look up their book Wild Remedies, or look up the Rooted Medicine Circle. I mean, they are very prolific herbalists that have really given a lot to the herbalism community. So I signed up in this course having already read Rosalie's book, Alchemy of Herbs, and already taking her course, The Taste of Herbs. And I already got really great results through The Taste of Herbs, really learning how to experience herbs. So that inspired me to look into the Rooted Medicine Circle. This is very similar to an herbal apprenticeship program in that they both will do live classes and demonstrate medicine making techniques. So during this course, I've learned not only how to make strong infusions, syrups, oils, honeys, salves, lip balms, liniments, poultices, pastils, incense. They really cover the gambit when it comes to herbal medicine making, so it is already a full medicine making course. But that wasn't what actually sold me on the course. What really sold me was their values. So these are the ideals that they show in Wild Remedies, the Wild Remedies ideals, and these are interwoven throughout the course. So whereas a lot of herbal training might focus on the medicine making or maybe learning just about specific herbs, this course weaves herbalism throughout your life and really makes you think about it in a more holistic way. So the course heavily emphasizes having a plant ally, spending time with the plants, actually getting that experience, going out and having a sit spot that you spend time with at least once a week, if not every day. So you're actively connecting with nature and learning herbs through that experience by being with the plants. Maybe not even just making medicine with them, again, not using them, but really developing a relationship with the plants by being with them in nature, whether that's through meditation or singing to them or doing art about the plants. It's open-ended but inspiring in that way, and that I think really sets it apart from other herbal workshops that are out there, other apprentice programs that are out there, is that it really forces you to become aware of nature and aware of the seasonal cycles, because you're constantly thinking about, when is the sunrise? Let me document this. What am I seeing in my sit spot today in January versus how is my sit spot looking in May and August and now in October? So it's a beautiful practice, but I really wanted to talk about the ideals. So the Wild Remedies ideal, I put them in a little post-it note, are awareness. So that's awareness. I like to think of it in a spiritual sense. Like, I love how these ideals already matched my own personal ideals and my own spirituality. So awareness, being present, being with nature, not just spending all your time in the mind going about the to-dos of your day, but actually being aware of what's going on around you, aware of the unfurling of a new leaf, of your plant ally outside, aware of the wasps that are buzzing around, aware of the bees, aware of every other thing out there, even the small stuff that we normally don't pay attention to. So that's number one. That's your foundational ideal. It's the first thing you learn about in the Rooted Medicine Circle. The next thing is interdependence. So seeing the connections between plants and the ecosystem, between plants and other insects, birds, animals, reptiles, everything there. So they take you from, like, you could be in, let's say, the inner city, and maybe you're thinking, oh, I shouldn't join this class because I don't have nature around me. Like, this class will help you find that nature, to find the little plantain that pops in around the sidewalk, to find the dandelion outside, and to see how even those small elements of nature have an independence with us and with all of the beings around us. The next one is reciprocity. So again, it's not seeing herbs as just something that we use, but actually developing a reciprocal relationship with the plants. We're not just taking from them, we're also giving back to them. We're always keeping reciprocity in our mind. And I think that's an important value for life. Again, that we're in a society where we need to give and take, we need to share, we need to develop reciprocal relationships. The next one is caretaking. So being a steward of the earth. Right now, there are a lot of valid concerns about herbalists and foragers, and how the popularity of these activities are skyrocketing. And through the Rooted Medicine Circle, you learn, again, how to not just take, but how to caretake, to know how, if you're going to go out and harvest, how to properly forage, how to properly harvest, so you're caring for the earth. So a lot of people think that, okay, if you are foraging, you're immediately damaging the earth, but there are actually ways we can take care of the earth and facilitate even greater growth and greater expansion of the herbs through foraging. So we're not just taking and decimating a population, we're actually helping a population to grow, or how to caretake. In my case, I didn't go out and forage. I went through my garden in my backyard and learned how to do caretaking in my own backyard. So these principles apply to any situation. The next one is seasonal living. So again, actually being aware of the seasons and being in tune with the seasons, because in our fast-paced modern society, when we can get strawberries any time of the year, we forget a lot of times about what plants really grow in season for us. We forget, we lose touch with the seasons. So the Rooted Medicine Circle is a great way to get that reminder of, hey, if I'm aware of the seasons in nature, I can become aware of the seasons in my own life, and I can feel so much more in tune with nature and in tune with the best way to live with the earth and to live in kindness with the earth by getting the vegetables and herbs that are in season. So we kind of learn that seasonally, we see the plant in the spring as it grows the young buds, starts to grow the stalk, and we see that, okay, our plant medicine for spring is typically leaves and shoots. And then we see in summer, there's more flowering, there's fruiting, and then we see in autumn, the medicine is going into the roots. So we start to kind of get that awareness of seasonal living, and we start to have an awareness of when to harvest for the most potent herbs. And living seasonally really brings you into presence. It has so many benefits. I should probably do a whole separate video just on that. Each one of these ideals could be a separate video. So to wrap it up, the last two, empowerment. That's important, to empower ourselves and others, in our lives. So I won't get too deep into it. And last one is community. So the Rooted Medicine Circle, another huge part of it is that you're not just doing it for you. You are doing it for your community. We're learning about the herbs. We're learning these values. We're learning these medicine making techniques so that we can share with others. And that is honestly a big part of this YouTube channel, is in order to get a certification that you've gone through the rooted medicine circle, you need to do a capstone project. And this is it. This is my giving back. This is my sharing my knowledge, my experiences, what I've learned, things I've utilized from the course, and sharing it with my community. So they very strongly encourage that you don't just keep the knowledge to yourself and just make medicine for yourself. Like, share that love of plants, share the love for people to get outside and experience nature, share, if you made a great remedy, share it with someone else in your community who needs it. So that's a really important part of this course. So I love how it brings everything through, and then at the end, it's like, okay, go forth and share with community. So it's a powerful program. It's a powerful, spiritual, magical program, and I'm so grateful that I found it and that I signed up. It was 100% worth it. Absolutely worth it. Absolutely life-changing. It absolutely deepened my practice as an herbalist, and I'm going to take lessons away from this course through the rest of my life. So this is kind of like a thank you video to Rosalie and to Emily for setting it up and getting this started. Not only I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I don't get anything for promoting their course. I am just genuinely changed in the most positive ways because I took it. So I want to encourage you, if you're someone who wants to deepen your relationship, not only with individual herbs and medicine making, but if you want to deepen your relationship on a spiritual level, your relationship with nature, if you struggle with finding nature around you, or getting in touch with nature, I highly recommend this course. It was so great and so beautiful, and I can promise you that a lot of my future videos are going to come from and be inspired by a lot of the things that I've learned through this course, passing on that knowledge. And if you've also taken the course, or maybe next year you come back and you find this video, you took the course, please share comments, share thoughts. I'd love to hear about your experience as well. And thank you so much for your time, and blessed be.